Hi, everyone. Happy Newsflash Friday. Welcome, Kim. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, Debbie. How's it going?
Good. It's the first Newsflash Friday of 2023. So, yeah. And
Quite a week. We're just saying it's been quite a week.
we're just chit-chatting behind the scenes, talking about, what a first week of 2023, you guys, right?
Yeah.
And my head is being weird, so oh well, it is as it is.
It looks adorable.
Yeah, crazy first week of 2023. And so if you're new here, welcome. Glad you are here tonight hanging out with us. Or if you're watching it later, I'm glad you're here too. So if you have questions in regards to any current anything current globally, we will check into that with you tonight. But I always love starting off if anybody has like a someone from history. I know that we do this on Monday nights with women, but anybody from history that maybe we can that would be helpful to what's going on right now, that you would want us to bring in. So if you guys have an idea of that, and other than that, questions would be great, and we can dive in. And I did just check the news too before coming on that there's still 6 holdouts on in regards to McCarthy and the seat. So, okay, so it looks like we have the first one in is
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Nice to see you.
Sandra.
Looks like Ronald Reagan.
Everybody's here. All the friends are here.
Oh, yay! All the friends are.
Yeah.
I love seeing that. Helps out, you guys. Seeing you guys here. All right. So Valerie, hi, and so she suggested Ronald Reagan. Okay, so that would never have come to my mind. So this should be fun.
Yeah, mine either.
All right, Ronald Reagan. Okay, so I have him coming in, and now you guys can help me with the context here, but he's on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like this kickback feel to him, and he's on this horse, and he's looking to the horizon, and he's like, keep your eye on the horizon here. Like the in-between, like you're looking at the in-between, you're like, oh my gosh, I have so long to go. Like it just looks like so far away to get to where I'm going. And he says, if you keep your eye on the horizon, the in-between doesn't seem so far. But it seems to me that he's trying to help us out here in regards to what's going on, and like we're losing hope in our democracy, watching all this stuff play out. But he says, keep your eye on the horizon, and the in-between will fill in as you go, and not to worry about that, but keep the eye on the prize type of feel to this.
So I'm getting something about that he feels like he was one of the first like father figures for the Republican Party, like that he was one of those like strongman father figure kind of. He feels like he was the start of that kind of wanting that kind of person to be in charge in that party, and he's I feel like he's like he wish he had I actually feel a lot of regret with him, to be honest. I feel like
100%.
he
A lot.
he didn't a lot of things that he did that he really isn't very proud of. But there's something about the idea of the father figure that he feels like they all crave that really strong arm, and he's like he feels like he was one of the like first that kind of realized that and came in with that kind of that led in that way. But he's like, they're always looking for that, and they're not gonna, it really isn't what they should be looking for. They really should be looking to empower themselves, empower each other. It can't be about one person. He doesn't like the myth making that they've done with him since his passing. He's like, they need to be honest with our history, be honest with the people and their flaws. He doesn't like that they've kind of turned him into this the people that love him have kind of turned him into this mythical kind of perfect thing. And he's like, nobody is that. And we really need to go back and be honest with ourselves about our own history. It's the only way we can get better and we can improve and we can fix things. And to just shove things under the carpet or say they didn't happen or deny things the way they were, it doesn't do anybody any good. But he doesn't like the myth he's become. He doesn't like that.
What I was really
flawed. He said he's very flawed. He was very flawed.
Yeah. I also am picking up on the regret, and that he also. This is interesting to me because I had no idea. Well, I don't. But he was like he was the perfect. He showed me a mold. So like he was the perfect mold for what they were selling, and he keeps referring to they. So I feel like he also was a little bit of a puppet to those people in charge, whoever they are. And obviously I feel like, this patriarchal feel to this whole thing as well, and keeping all that going. But he's showing me that he played that perfect, that was the role he played, and he was the perfect mold for it. However, the regrets come in that he keeps bringing in the word greedy. He keeps bringing in the word proud. These things that weren't great for a leader to have, and that it's like he played the role of, I'm going to, like this, people want to feel safe and protected, and that's what he presented. However, he's basically taking money out of your back pocket the whole time. And so that kind of feel to it. He said it was, he just said the greatest heist in history.
Interesting.
The words he used, greatest heist in history. So you guys probably have better context than I do for what that all means. I know that he just, I guess the trickle down thing was his, right? But as far as what's happening now, there's going to be restoration. People will be taking back ground. People will win. The people will win. He says the people will win. But he does regret that part in history that he played.
Mm-hmm. I get the same exact thing, Debbie. And I do feel like he works with and through different organizations. I feel like there's one of his kids that he works with and through a lot. Like he's with them a lot and works through them a lot. And he's saying like it wouldn't, it may not make sense to some what the kinds of organizations and things he works through, but he's kind of active. But I feel like it's more through like charity organizations and things like that. I feel like he's supporting things like that from the other side. I don't feel like he has a lot to do with politics, to tell you the truth.
Wow.
I don't feel like he's in that.
And that's so interesting. I don't either. When he came in on a horse, I'm like, what? He's,
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was a Western actor, right? He was in Westerns. He was an actor. And when I think of of someone coming in on a horse, I think someone coming to the rescue. And it does feel like those kinds of organizations, people think kind of organizations that rescue people. I actually feel like he's kind of involved in things that have to do with immigrants as well.
Oh.
Immigration and immigrants as well. But I feel like there's a lot of like causes he tries to help with on the other side and help they help with these things, but he's like, that he helps with these things, not really politics or anything like that. It feels very separated from that. And he says he really, really loved his family. It really was, he's like, that was actually the greatest, like the greatest thing he did was to love his family. He wasn't there a lot, I guess, for his kids, but he really did love them. And he's like, that's what ended up mattering the most, was that he loved his family. So he just wants to say that.
Yeah.
Very interesting. He kind of has a little bit of a quiet and kind of, I don't say sad, but kind of a quiet and very not, I don't know what the word is. He doesn't seem sad, but kind of melancholy or something. He's very, I don't know, not ashamed. What is the word? Because there is kind of a sad quality to his,
almost
the feel of him.
Yeah, almost like, I don't know. I don't have the word either, but very
solemn, maybe
solemn. That word.
There's a reverence about him, kind of a quietness, and he comes in very respectful to this and what we're doing. And there's a humbleness actually that he did not have when he was here.
Right in this crowd, like he's very aware. He brings in a deep awareness of what anything that he may have caused to people, and I feel that is exactly why he's working on the things that he's working on. As far as, so he's very aware of the pain that he caused and how it all, and I don't mean not a pun, but how it trickled down, basically. And Pegasus says he was playing a role for the oligarchs. So
interesting.
I got the word oligarchs when I said those people, but I'm like, that doesn't seem correct to me, so I didn't say it out loud. So that's interesting that someone else said it.
Interesting.
I don't know. Just whoever those people are, but I guess, and I had forgotten this, but T. Barb reminded us that he did have Alzheimer's
Yeah.
at the end of his time as president, which would make sense to other people taking charge or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for coming in, and
taking the time.
Yeah. Interesting energy, though. I not at all what he was like here. He did not have that kind of
not at all
quiet, humble energy here at all. So, but like you said,
that's the word, humble.
Humble.
Quiet, humble energy is what I felt.
That's not him. But yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so current topics time. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and throw those up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have this one for now. Seascape, hello. You recognize Seascape? That's a good question. I have concern about the metal detectors from the Capitol. We popped up to another takeover. Oh, okay. So because of all their shenanigans that's been taking place.
Well, and I guess they removed the metal detectors, right? From the.
Oh, they did.
They removed the metal detectors from the house.
Why would they do that?
Exactly. Why would they do that? Maybe that should be the question. Why would they do that?
Okay.
I just heard power move, and I also heard like psyops. I feel like they're trying to intimidate people and intimidate people that work there, make them think they're unsafe, that kind of thing. To me, it feels more psychological. Rather than having like a plan to bring in, a bunch of weapons or something. To me, it feels like we want to make you feel like you're unsafe or that you're keep you on edge kind of thing.
Yeah. I also feel a sense of chaos here. They will create this chaotic feel, this unsafe feel. They're showing me like when you flex your muscle. They're just trying to. It's just a bunch of angst. It's going to come back to haunt them.
Interesting, because I'm getting something about the FBI. Okay. So something with the FBI. I'm not sure what this is, but I think you're right. I think there may be something that might come of this that's wasn't intended, but kind of, yeah, you're right. Unintended consequence.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, there's suffering, disharmony, and failure on their part. This is the outcome of doing that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the Three of Swords, the Lovers in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse.
Wow. Not,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
that's
not
just a
great.
lot of just super bad choice on their part. It's they're going to suffer for that themselves. It's coming back on them because I also have the Fool in reverse, and that is bringing in that it's a self-sabotage move.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to become clear though. We'll see it, but wow, what a
Yeah. What a double.
agents of chaos. Agents of chaos is what I was trying to
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Agents of chaos is
I
what
think
it
you're
is.
absolutely right about that. Yeah. Bad move. Bad move.
Bad move.
Yeah.
Um, um, okay, but I don't. I don't feel. I don't feel physical harm. I'm not sensing that.
Yeah.
So it don't. If anybody's worried about that. Okay. All right. Did I miss any? So, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Do I have any New Year's resolutions? Not really. I want to make more time to meditate. I don't meditate as much as I'd like to, and it's always really, really good for me. I do have practices that I practice all the time, because we have to read all the time. And when you read every day, that's your spiritual practice. I mean, that really is that's just part of it. So, but I really do want to make time to meditate more. And mine is always to wear more color. So hopefully I can wear more color.
Oh,
Brighten it up.
deja vu. Did we not talk about this last year?
Yes.
100%, you guys. 100%. We talked at the same thing last year. She said, "I want to wear more color."
I know, and I did. I did wear more color, but I'm going to do it again this year. It's blue. You can't really tell, but it's blue.
It is. It's dark blue.
Black.
I wore some pink with my black today. But yeah, that's so funny because still I go in my closet. It's like,
I know. It's just
black, you guys.
It's easy.
It
Black
is
easy.
It is super easy.
I branched out a little this year. I'm going to branch out more. It's because, and it's because my guides always tell me it's good for you. It's good for you to wear color.
Okay.
So, at least that's what they tell me. So maybe it's good for me to wear color, but it's like, it's good. It's good for people to see color. It's good to wear color. It's good to make it part of your life. So, and I think Medium Kim would agree with that because she's all about color. She's always
my gosh, Medium Kim. Yeah, she does color well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Beautiful. I think you can do both of those this year. You set yourself up good.
I think I can too. I don't do big like health things or anything like that because I just think I don't want to set myself up for failure. But those things I think I can do. What about you? Do you have any?
I want to really dedicate more time to spending time writing and channeling through writing. Spend a little more time doing that this year.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and that's really similar to meditating for me. So that would be a way to get that part, like what you're saying, meditating. I spend that any time that you guys can spend where you can just settle and quiet. It's considered like meditation. So it doesn't have to be hard to do that meditating part.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Merida is asking, who will the speaker be? Who's finally going to be the speaker?
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm feeling like Kevin McCarthy will make it in, but it's short-lived. I don't feel like it's very long. Or I feel like it's that he's not really able to lead. He's not.
Well, he gave everything away.
He's not really doing the job, basically. He's in it in name only.
Right.
It's one of the two, but it kind of feels like almost like he's not there very long or something.
Okay. So the other night or other day, I guess Wednesday, when I did my live, I talked to JFK came in. JFK said, he said quietly, he said that McCarthy would get in. And I was kind of shocked because at the time, it was still, the numbers were just kept going to Jeffries, but then I understood better. So I didn't know, I had no context, you guys. So but he said that McCarthy would get in, but it was like, it had that feel of like what you're saying, Kim, but it doesn't mean much.
Right.
So I just did throw some cards right now on it because, again, when I was stepping into the energy, it's just so weird, and I was still feeling McCarthy. And so I thought, well, let's back us up with some cards.
Yeah.
So here you have the King of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. And so this all talks about, he thinks he deserves this, right? This is his inheritance. Like this is what, he even makes his people call him that already, even though he wasn't. So here's the card.
Right. Moved into the office.
So here you go. But look at the outcome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be long-lived either.
Yeah.
He may get in, but it won't be, it could be, I don't know what that means,
right.
fully, but it does have that sense of what we've all been getting. Okay, you might get in, but it's not long-lived.
I remember
before
the election, somebody asked, will McCarthy be speaker? And I got that if he is speaker, it's going to be a nightmare. So that's what I got. I was just like, is he going to be speaker? And it was just like, if he is speaker, it's going to be a nightmare. And it's interesting because, on the earth plane, we can make stuff happen, right? We can force things to happen.
Yeah.
And they're all about forcing everything, pushing everything. They never just kind of, they're disconnected. And so they're never just like going with the flow, feeling it out. They don't have that capability anymore because they're completely disconnected from, in my opinion, from their spirit self. So they really are just living this very dense human life. And so they're forcing these outcomes. And when you do that, you can do it, but it's short-lived. Usually it doesn't last.
Yeah.
It usually lands with a thump. And I think this is
He's literally forcing himself in there. Anybody at this point would have already rescinded.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good.
Yeah.
Somebody agrees with me. What's that? Moonbeamification agrees with me. Thank you.
Yay. Yeah. Will McCarthy be out? Will it be when the indictments start flying, or there was another, or will it be his own party members? The law or his own party members that removed him? Okay, interesting. I'm seeing a bit of I'm seeing kind of an earthquake within the whole house, and he's being shaken from the seat. Does that mean? So that's not really answering this question.
So that's interesting, because I'm getting that there are indictments. I feel like there are members that the law or justice or whatever comes for some of the members, and he fails, or he seems to look as though he fails to protect them, and he goes down. That's what it feels like. He's not able to help anyone or protect anyone, and it looks like he let them down. I think he's thrown out by his own people.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
It's this feeling of like he betrayed them. He's going to be seen as though he betrayed them in some way. I mean, this could just be not fulfilling the promises that he's probably made 100 promises now. So, but it does feel like it has something to do with the law.
And at any time, if he doesn't fulfill any of those promises, that he can be taken out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. There's a law component though here, and I feel like he seems like he's not protecting his members, or he didn't protect his members, or something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that right here. So here they are.
Oh gosh.
That connection, and then you have the chariot, and look at that. He didn't. He failed. He was unable to fulfill it, and he's going to be facing some unseen problems there.
Wow.
But yeah, interesting. And it is when you have this, that thing makes me think of his people. Mm-hmm. That doesn't look like the law to me. It could be a little of both, but
yeah,
that to me looks.
I think you're right. I think it's his own people.
The cards, you're always reading the cards, Kim. It's like they're backing you.
Whether I know it or not.
Okay. Annie says, I'm so looking forward to the perp walks out of the chamber.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, that is, gosh.
I wonder.
And you can feel that something's coming. You can feel building.
And it's so interesting because they sit there so smug, some of these people.
I know.
You just want to go, what? And they're just sitting there laughing at themselves like they're so funny. This is our country. And,
right.
And you're acting like children. I mean, it's confounding. Wow.
Well, and the fact they're able to serve in a government that they tried to overthrow. It's so weird. I'm like, how are they able to be there? What is going on? But there they sit for now. We'll see.
I feel there may be an interim, but I do feel that we will have a Democratic. Probably Jeffries, right, will be in there at some point as speaker.
I feel the same thing, Debbie, and I've heard other readers say that as well. I don't have a timeline. I don't know the timeline, but I feel like it's before the next election, and so it does feel like things change hands. So buckle up. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, we're moving energy a little bit here.
Okay.
We have Jack Smith is back in the U.S. How fast will he start his when will we start seeing him indict? Okay. All right, Jack. He had a different timeline. I do feel what I'm being shown here is that he had to clean up somebody's mess, and I'm not saying it was the person who hired his mess. I'm not saying that. There's some mess that he had to clean up a mess, and I'm not sure what that and who that's connected to, but before he moves forward so his timeline is a little off than what it started out to be, is my sense here. But he's still on track with indictments. The timing is a little different than what it was when he first stepped in, what he had thought he was going to be doing. Yeah, he has to smooth things out. So this is the first card out. He had to smooth. There was something messy that he had to clean up, but it's smoothing out. He's still on track. It's going to be better this way, though, in the long run, as he's looking at it. Yeah. So, yeah, he's really he's really taking his time here. It has to be right. Yeah, but he's going to be handing those out soon. He will. Yeah, he's handing those out. You can see him handing them out. Here's your indictment.
There you go. He's got a list. He's got a list of the people that are going to be indicted. So he has his list ready. But like you said, it just feels like, making sure everything's right. I also feel like he does work fast. I always get that about him, that he is a fast worker, and he has great people working with him. He knows exactly what he wants. He's very, not, to me, a little more risk-takey than what's his name? The DOJ. What's his name?
Garland.
Garland. Yeah, he's a little more. He isn't quite as safe and methodical as Garland, but he works kind of faster and is a little more willing to go for it. Just go for it. So there's that element in him that's a little bit different than Garland to me. Mm-hmm. Not quite as safe as him, because Garland to me has had a very similar energy to the last guy, the Mueller. Mm-hmm. He had a similar energy to him, a very methodical and kind of slow and very every single I and T is dotted, very like that. And Jack feels a little more fast and a little not reckless, but just a little bit like, let's just go for it. A little more willing to take a chance.
Yeah. And can you imagine working for him? He seems scary.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good thing. That's
yeah.
A good thing.
I mean, I think you're right. I think he expects a lot from the people around him, because I feel like he's got great people though around him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Footprint Tarot.
Oh, Footprint Tarot. Thank you. Blessings to you. Oh, well, we might see. Okay, well, I did do a timing card for entertainment purposes only, timing cards, but I did get January, so we might see something in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
when I looked at it, I had gotten end of January, February, that time period. At least I got, though, that was for Trump, but maybe it's other people too. But that would square, with what I was getting for it as well.
There you go. He's going to get it done. He's going to get it done.
It's been a long time coming, but that's pretty fast now.
Chris. Yeah, he has an intense look. I definitely wouldn't want to be on the other side of that stair if I was in the wrong.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Commanding and demanding. That's what I was looking for. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when he's in that like collar thing, when he's got that beard, that picture they always show where he's kind of in that purple thing. I guess they wear it at the whatever. And I always say that he's from the Star Trek Enterprise.
Exactly.
He's oh my gosh. Star Trek Enterprise.
That is.
He does. Yeah. He looks very commandery. You're right.
Spot on that.
That's Jamie.
I always take a second look when I see his pictures. It's good though. It's good.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. Thank you, you guys. Blessings. What motivates the 20 holdouts? Okay, so I think now there's only 9 or 6, 9,
6, I think. Yeah.
6 holdouts now. So that's changed a little.
Mm-hmm.
But what motivates the 6 holdouts? Yeah, well, money.
I'm seeing Russia right now. Why would I see Russia?
Oh, interesting. Maybe that's the money I'm seeing.
Okay. Money. Okay.
Is that from Russia?
Could be.
Some kind of connection of somebody. So I see money, but it could be literally just a symbol for someone's controlling you with something.
Yeah.
Mulaney, thank you so much. Blessings to you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm
seeing something with Russia. And I'm seeing like chaos,
First card out. Money.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's from overseas, so that's Russia.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yep. There you go.
And I'm just seeing a symbol I usually get when it's just like it's just chaos. It's just chaos. So something with chaos, and Russia's behind it, and wouldn't be surprised. They seem to have their hands in everything. So
oh gosh.
There's something too with funding the war. So when they start talking about funding the war or defunding the war, look at these same people, these same six
Okay.
people
Yep.
involved in that as well. So there's something about the war.
Mhm. There you go.
So
There you go, Melissa.
sorry to say.
Boo. I mean, is there such a thing as treason here? I mean, that they
I know. It's
hold
like
up and put our country in jeopardy, acting like I don't know. It's just like there's no consequences here.
I know.
And when you don't have consequences for a child, they just keep doing whatever because there's no consequences. There's no boundary.
And they get emboldened, right? They get even more
emboldened to do
outrageous. Yeah.
exactly.
This is also depressing, Mary
I
Ann.
know, man. I know.
And it's not, I mean, it's not. I mean, the midterms they turned out so well. I mean, really, I know that they're going to be in the House, they're going to be doing nonsense, but you know, we're going to be confirming judges. We have Joe Biden there to call states of emergency if he has to get stuff done. So we will get stuff done regardless of these clowns, buffoons being crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can't act upon anything like this until this is complete. That's interesting.
Right. Interesting. Very interesting. So maybe they're meant to be holding everything up right now.
Yeah, I think there's something about that, isn't there?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we'll see how long this goes on, right?
Exactly.
Could hold on for a while. They all stick together.
This one just popped in.
Yes.
Interesting. Christine, news is reporting that DeSantis has activated the National Guard. Is there what's going on in Florida?
Huh. I'm getting, is this a border thing? Border, something with the border? Does anybody know? I feel like this is something to do with that. Feels like it's a show. It's not, it's like it's.
Oh, here it is. DeSantis activates Florida National Guard over migrant. Yep. You got it.
All right. Yay. It feels like it's a show. It doesn't feel like it's really had to be done. It's like it's a show.
Well, yeah, because he and Greg Abbott are trying to outdo each other in the horrendous things they do.
Yeah. And they're just wasting the taxpayers' money to do these ridiculous stunts. And they're hurting people, you know, and scaring people, and it's all bad. We've got some amazing readers in Florida. Lori's in Florida. Lori Crawford's in Florida. Or Lori Crawford. Yeah, is that right? Lori Crawford.
Lori.
Milu's in Florida.
Oh, I didn't know Milu was in Florida.
Yeah, he moved to Florida. So we've got some great readers in Florida, and I do not know how they stand it in Florida. Because he's just so irritating, DeSantis.
Pamela says Biden is going to the border tomorrow.
Brother. So yeah, it feels like it's a big show, and it didn't it's a nonsense show. Because it doesn't feel like, oh, danger's coming or anything. It just feels like it's nonsense, and it had to do with immigration in some way.
Yeah, he's trying to wreak havoc. He's delusional, and he's just creating a lot of suffering where suffering doesn't need to be. Look at these cards.
Right.
But I want you all to, as you see this scuffling going on in the delusion here on these cards and the suffering, there's gonna be breakthrough through it.
Yes.
See. So something's going to happen, and hopefully Biden's going to do. I don't know if you can. Obviously, I guess Florida can do whatever they want, apparently.
Because I'm getting people don't like this. However he thinks it's playing, people don't like this. It's not. Yeah, people are not responding well to this. I don't know who's telling him that this is a great idea, but people don't like this. They really, really don't.
No,
so it's going to come back to bite him.
At the end of the day, humans are suffering, and we are human. We're all connected.
Yeah.
So hopefully, keep getting the stories out of who is being affected, so the stories become real to people.
Right.
So,
brother.
Yeah, brother. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
This is not going to do well for him. This is not going to be good for him.
Yeah, it won't. It's
going to come back to bite him.
It's almost like 3 strikes you're out here.
Yeah.
And they keep pushing it, but something's going to break. Oh, yes. We see you. We see you. Yeah.
I know it's not the people of Florida. It's just it's a certain segment and this horrible government, that you have.
Mm-hmm. Just like in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. So many good people in Texas.
So many good people in Texas, and then you have, All right. I think we have time for one more.
Yay.
Let's see. Oops, wrong way.
What I've noticed too is that when governments get in there and they're corrupt, it's really hard to get rid of them. It's really hard.
Yeah.
And there are certain governments, for example, for entertainment purposes only, Kentucky, Florida, Texas, it's really hard to get rid of people once they're in there and they start messing around and they're not honest, they start moving money around and getting people on their side and whatever corrupt people do, that it's really, really hard to get people out once they're in.
All right. Well, this one was up next. So, Kim.
Yes.
So we both saw the guy. We both saw that there was possibly someone else. And I saw a girl. Now, I don't know if you have it, and I'm not saying that, but I feel like this is who I was seeing because I kept seeing a girl. There's this girl that knows or wasn't something about her is involved with this or knows or was a part or did something to assist. And then you have this roommate that didn't make the call for 8 hours.
Really? I didn't hear about this. What happened?
Him. He passed her in the house. She walked right by him.
What?
Yeah, something weird about the whole thing. And, she was afraid and went to bed, went back to bed or whatever. Locked her door and went back to bed. And then it was 8 hours later. So that was the energy we might have been connecting into.
Maybe.
Yeah. So Annie says, and then she
very interesting.
Him, and then she locked her door. Yeah. Didn't make any calls, didn't do anything like that. Went back to bed. And then, so it's quite interesting with that.
Very interesting.
So that was, I feel like, because I kept seeing this girl, and not that she had anything to do with killing someone,
Necessarily
but
killing,
that there
but
was some involvement there. And I
right.
think it's like,
Interesting.
yeah, she was terrified, I'm sure. But you make a call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'd think you, especially in this day and age when everybody has a cell phone, right? And kids, they sleep with their cell phone. Trust me, they sleep with their cell phone right
They called their friends, they called their
Yeah,
friends, and their friends came over, and then they called 911. They're like,
that's really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, and when I was thinking back about actually what I saw, I'm like, in the things, the pictures that I was shown, I didn't actually see other people. I didn't actually see him actually, but I felt like it was more than one person.
yeah,
I felt like it was. So,
yeah,
um,
me too.
that can be wrong. It's okay. But I also, there's a few things about this struck me. I remember going into that scene and that energy, and I just pulling right out of it and thinking, this is why I don't do missing persons or anything like that. But it was the fact that it was so silent, and that there was like people's mouths being covered.
Yeah, yeah,
I just thought it was so awful. And so I was just like, I don't know what this is, but I said, is there something about it being silent or not being heard or something? Because I kept getting that. And so it was just awful. But I also felt a feeling of franticness and kind of chaos, a bit of chaos.
chaos.
But everything was quiet. It was really weird. It was
Really
really
quiet.
weird, Debbie. That's why I'm just like, I don't
Yeah.
like this at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this is, but I don't
Yeah.
like it. So I stepped
Yeah.
right out of that.
Right on out, yeah. Sweet and Salty said that she did call and the police couldn't understand what she was saying. It's interesting because you'd think they would have come right over, but from the report that she gave, that I read, that she had called her friends, and I mean, after the call went to her friends, and then her friends came over, and then they made the call to 911.
Oh, interesting.
But she heard crying and heard a guy talking. So she heard some crying in the room. She heard a guy talking, and he came out, and that's when she went into her room and shut the door and locked it.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, the whole thing is just, there's something off. Yeah, the guy is a psychopath for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the feel I got off the person. I got a very forensic feel off of him, like a show. I kept being shown like that show on TV, as far as the psychomedical FBI show or whatever. I don't remember what it's called.
Interesting. Yeah, like SCI or something.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Those ones on him. Connie feels like she was lying. But yeah, we just it's just so sad for the whole families. But anyways,
so hard. Yeah, so such an awful case.
Awful case.
And the stalking, that was the other thing I picked up on, was the watching them and watching.
He did get that, and he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Did the Idaho killer's dad know that he did driving across country with him? So I missed this part. Did he go?
The dad and him drove across country, and so they're asking if the dad knew
that there was.
They were
they were
escape, basically.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I feel like the dad's clueless. I feel like he's clueless about a lot of stuff.
That's exactly what I got. Oh no.
I feel like he is clueless. And I feel like he's clueless about, I think he was absolutely shocked that his son did this.
Yep.
Or allegedly did this. Was arrested for this. I think he was absolutely shocked.
100%. Yeah, blindsided.
But it's weird because I feel like his dad, they're making me feel like he always saw what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He didn't ever see stuff the way that it was. He saw what he wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel he wanted to spend some time with his son.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the whole thing. It's hard to know because we get bits and pieces from the news, but generally just going from what my spirit team is saying in regards to this. Just real directing to praying for the families, people left behind. Yeah.
And I have the feeling, I get the feeling too that his family, at least some of, I don't know all of them, but parts of his family really do think they got the wrong guy. They really did not.
Yeah.
They don't think this is possible. And I feel like, yeah, it is. And I think they're going to be really, again, needing prayers because I think this family is going to be knocked for a loop. They just didn't see it coming. Some of it's willful ignorance, though. They're kind of like they shoved a lot of things under the rug. I feel like he has some really weird tendencies and personality things that were odd. To me, it feels just like weird, kind of a weird something. And I feel like maybe it had come up in school or earlier in school or something. I feel like the parents were always just very supportive and tried to, make the best of things and think the best thoughts and have the best. And I think it's just, they ended up ignoring a lot or not seeing a lot or something. So I think they're going to have a really hard time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they basically it's a big loss, I can't even imagine for them.
Yes.
And I do want to make it clear that I'm not blaming the girl who didn't call.
Yeah. No, I didn't get that feeling.
Okay. I feel like some of the chit chat was going that direction. I just want to be clear that I absolutely, you just don't know what you're going to do while you're in trauma like that, how you'll respond in like that. I kept seeing a girl in my thing that knew something.
Right,
and so either I didn't know at the time, but so I hearing her story, just all love and light to her. It's so traumatic.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Even.
Well, you'd have such, and those people, especially in that house, when so many people were killed, you would just have survivor's guilt. It would just be so hard. So prayers to. Oh my gosh.
It's never the same, right? So
case is so difficult.
So difficult away. I just wanted to make that clear. Never blaming anything on a victim.
No, of course not.
Anyways,
on that happy note. Do you want to draw like a happy card and I'll get some
let's draw a happy card.
So let's
and just a message for all of us as we move through the week.
I'm going to pull out my surrender cards and give us a surrender card. What to surrender to this week as we watch our country going through
right
chaos.
We have each other.
Exactly. Oh gosh, this is so perfect. I love these cards actually. I got surrender the idea you can fix someone. You can't fix somebody. They have to fix themselves. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. And so, yeah, we only have so much we can do. We're going to be watching this play out, I think, but it's like, it's okay. We can't fix everybody. Take care of yourself and surrender that idea that we can fix everything all the time. We can't.
I love those surrender cards. Love. Yeah. And move forward with purpose. But you're in your purpose. You are purposed, right? You are meant to be. You are purposed, and walk forward in that, in all of who you are, and just keep stepping forward. Sometimes I know it's like, do I keep going on this path? What do I do? Just keep moving forward, and the path will open up for you. But keep just going forward with your purpose. You're meant to be, and that path will be opened up for you.
Love it.
Yay.
I love it. Yay. I love it. I love
it. So blessings to you all. Thanks for hanging out, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Debbie. It's going to be a great year.
And look for all the new stuff coming out on each of our channels for the new year. And we will see you on our individual channels. All right. Blessings to you all.
Bye.
Bye.